Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are back. Do our little analysis of the Clippers Suns game. We're gonna talk about that a little bit more right after this. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, or whoever you are. We are back right now with Gates Open Media, going over the fourth quarter and a little wrap up of the Suns and Clippers game. This is the most exciting first round matchup, I think, this year. Even with Paul George out, the Clippers are hanging in there. I think, they took game one, so this is tied up if the Suns go ahead and complete this. So know how we like to start. If you're out there, come on in the chat, baby, or click the link, whichever one, whatever you want. Oh, Westbrook. So right now we got the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, 22 points, 8 for 15. Westbrook, 21 points, 7 for 14, efficient, 50%. Kawhi, over 50%. 2 for 3 from the three, 2 for 4 for Kawhi, 5 for 5 free throw for Westbrook, 4 for 5 for Kawhi. They're both in the negative. The whole starting five is negative, high negatives too, in the plus minus category. Negative 11, negative 14, negative 15 for Gordon. Gordon is pretty old. Maybe not. Zubac, negative 14 and negative 17 for Nicholas Batum. Right now, the Clippers just really took over. They're up 10, look like what, 13 points right now, 89 to 102. And we're gonna try to pay attention to see if they get the ball. And I like the fact that that KD is guarding Kawhi, best player on best player. Suns, Booker 31, 11 for 18, very efficient. KD 23, 9 for 16, efficient. Chris Paul, no, Torrey Craig 15, Chris Paul 12. Everybody's efficient. DeAndre Ayton 12. Everybody's efficient in this game. I mean, for the Suns. But getting back to what I was saying, I like the fact that KD down the stretch of the game is guarding the best player, which is Kawhi Leonard, and vice versa. That's what I like to see: competitiveness, and letting these boys know, hey, we gotta make this thing happen. Okay, they're getting the ball to KD. The last time I was told that they weren't getting the ball to KD down the middle. I meant down the stretch of the game. So now Kevin Durant at least touched the ball. Then got the ball to Devin Booker, and he made the 2-pointer. So they got a switch right there. Shut up, man! Deadly. Kawhi deadly from there. Well, I mean, at that point, you just gotta take the shot, dog. You can't just criticize every doggone thing. Double team coming, he throw it out of the double team. So look, the KD is doing what's right. They're going through KD until they change something. That's exactly what I'll continue to do. Let me put it in the chat. Anybody on Facebook, come on through. You know what I'm saying? Anybody wanna come through and put the link in the chat? You know what I'm saying? It's in the chat. Obviously, if you're double team, somebody's open. They just and what I was always taught by Coach Smith and Coach Jesse, the ball is going to move faster than you. The ball is going to move faster than you can run. So Chris Paul already sees the next pass he's going to make. When KD passed it to him, KD possibly could already see, but obviously You got to get the ball. You can't throw the ball across court. Somebody's going to steal it. So therefore, he has to pass the ball to Chris. Chris already knows where he's going to pass. It's almost a tip pass where he then gets it to Devin Booker. So basically, at this point, they're making Devin Booker beat him, and he's beating him. They must have forgot. D Book done scored 70, 71 points in the game before. So now let's see if they continue to go through KD. That's exactly what they're doing. Now they're gonna send. They send a double team. Nice switch by Paul. Oh, not Paul, but Powell. Now you get the ball in Chris Paul's hands. Decent shooter. Westbrook put him in the post. Too much. He got too much going on. He had too much going on there. That was a bad possession right there for the Clippers. Bad possession. Okay. Oh, it's a nice pass, but I didn't think that was gonna make it through there. But good look by KD, and that's what you got to do. If your shot's not falling, it's his shot is falling. But you went from KD being able to take a good shot, decent shot, to a better pass, and get a team 2 points. So I'm gonna put this link in Facebook. Let's see. Where you at, Facebook? Where you at? Yeah, that's what we're doing this year. Where that right there. Anybody want to come on in? Come on in. HTTP bam bam 1 2 StreamYard .com /KNRI 53 W83. And man, there you go. So anybody want to come on in? Come on in. I'll let your boy tell me what you think about the game. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw it. But like I said, I sometimes that game won't be like that. And Russ is having a much better offensive game. He's having a much better offensive game. But I don't know if the intangibles are there today. I'm not saying they aren't because I've been watching pretty much since halftime. Yeah, come on in. Sorry. So anyway, I put that on Facebook. Anybody want to come on in? Come on in. See what happened. But like I said, what's going on? Jason, what's happening, sir? What the lit read? You at the crib? Watching the game? What you doing? I just put the thing in the chat. Anybody want to jump on? Come on. Appreciate you, call. Anybody want to jump in the chat? Come on, jump in. But like I was saying before, I see without Paul George, I think the Suns had the upper hand anyway. And without Paul George, that just makes it even more of an upper hand. Man, what you mean you just woke up? You about to hit the gym or something? You just woke up. Yes. It's 12 at night, cuz. So yeah, get on the game, man. It's only about 7 minutes left now. Look like LA up 96 to Phoenix is up 108 to 96. No. I mean, I really don't care who win, to be honest. But I don't think. I mean, they got a nice squad. They deep. Both teams are deep. Both teams got a nice squad. This is really almost evenly matched until you get to the Paul George part. And then you got two of the probably top 5 players in the league, KD against Kawhi, Devin Booker and Paul George. You could possibly say that's equal. And then even Steph and Chris Paul, not Steph, but Russ and Chris Paul. You probably can say that's equal as well. So I think the teams are pretty evenly matched, to be honest. And this is one you would want to see typically. Got to take naps when you get old now, Cole. You ain't old, Cole. Not yet. If you old, I'm ancient. um, yeah, Chris Paul and at his age and Russell Westbrook, I say they pretty much still equal. We got an 8-point game here with six minutes left. I mean, I think this is like a Western Conference Finals type game series right here, really. But the West is strong. I don't know, and they're still going through KD. I was asked to make sure they're going through KD last game. I don't recall, but they were saying that they didn't go through KD, but look like they're going through KD now. Whether KD is making the right pass, he is, or they're coming to make the double team. Man, a bunch of them just popped up. Good matchup. Everybody hungry, definitely. Kawhi and Durant got rings. Yeah, they got rings. Yeah, definitely. And then you got Westbrook has been to the finals, and Devin Booker has been to the finals. So, like I said, and then also Powell played with Kawhi. He played with Kawhi in Toronto when they won the finals championships. Other players home. Yeah, I think really this really comes down to coaching. And I think we got 2 of the best coaches in the league right now going at it as well. Not just 2 of the best teams, but 2 of the best coaches. And that's going to be pivotal. That's going to be major in the series, to be honest. Who's going to make the right adjustments? Game 1, the Clippers came out and handed the Phoenix. Game 2 looked like Phoenix did. Bad pass. But Kawhi do what Kawhi do, damn near best. Just got to steal. But every time down the floor right now, Durant is getting his hands on the ball. He's getting his hands on the ball every time down the floor. And that's what you got to have right now. Whatever they give Kevin Durant is what they have to take. When they come double him or not double him or whatever the case may be, whatever they give Durant is what they got to take. And then in some cases, Durant may have to take what he need to take. Bang, bang, boogie. Hold on. Bang, bang, boogie. Yeah. Hey, man, you got to get the thing going too, Cole. You got to get the thing going too, Cole. You know what I'm saying? Got to be more careful, boy, I tell you. Got to be more careful, boy, I tell you. How they leave KD wide open like that, though? For them, likely he missed it. Powell. That's what I'm saying. Another player who can get his own shot. I'm pretty sure he's not a starter. You got Russ. You got Kawhi can get his own shot. And Powell. Powell can get his own shot. And that's what they got. That's what they got to handle. Also, you can't leave KD wide open like that. Luckily, he missed that. Somebody wasn't doing their thing. I knew it. Breaking news. Y'all may already find this, but Draymond Green is suspended for Game 3. Y'all already made known that. But Bang, bang, boogie. Yes, sir. Boy, I tell you. Yes, sir. Like I said last night, and I won't go to state to win. But Kawhi, I'm not Kawhi. Draymond is done. They're done with Draymond. He's done. They're gonna lose this round. If not this round, the next round, it's gonna be over. Um, I just think I don't think he has enough to give to keep taking away like he's taking away. Like I say, I don't think he has enough to give like he's taking away.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I don't think Draymond has enough to give offensively or defensively.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
For them boys to sign him, he's a headache. Yes, you need that tough presence. Yes, you need that tough guy. Yes, he gels with that team very well. But what he brings to the table is no longer needed, and it's not good enough. It's no longer good enough in Golden State. So getting back to this game, Russ trying to put that D on. Oh, that's money. Yakup. Yeah, you gotta on a play like that, dude gotta pop out. He gotta pop out. And try to put a hand in Durant's face right there, mess him up. You gotta get a hand in his face. Because the guy trailing isn't gonna get there fast enough because he's too tall. That's a great pass. That was a nice pass from KD. But see, if that was Braun, they would have been like, oh my God. But anyway, but that was a nice pass. You gotta make that, Zubac. My bad. That wasn't KD. I meant to say Kawhi. I think Kawhi made it. Whoever made the doggone pass. Zubac, you gotta make that. Also, so we're gonna see down the stretch is the ball going through Kawhi. That's been the thing. That's been one of the knocks on Russell Westbrook as a point guard, not getting the ball to his players. When he was with Durant, that's what happened time and time again. So he missed both of them. We're gonna see what we're gonna see if they get the ball. If Russ gets the ball in the hands of Kawhi, that's your best player. Okay. See, years ago he wouldn't have did that necessarily. Oh, Kawhi, gross. He wouldn't have did that necessarily. So that's a big thing right there. Kawhi hit a big three right there. They got 107, 115. Got 9 point, 8-point lead right now. I do my math. That's a bad shot. I think that's a bad shot. Nope. That was a bad shot for Devin Booker. I think he could have got a better shot. Could have tried to get the ball in the lane or something. Of course he's gonna look for the screen. You can't blame the man for that. They say some dumb stuff sometimes. Of course he's gonna look for the screen. But he got to be more focused. He didn't think the man was just gonna shoot the ball. Is what the problem was. That was the problem. Look pretty clean to me though. I don't think I probably wouldn't have challenged that one either. I don't know because they just hit a big three. Now they got to get 2 free throws. You might have probably should have challenged that one actually. That's the 5-point swing. If he hit both the free throws, that's a 5-point swing right there. So, but yeah, man, this is the link is in the chat. The link is also on Facebook if that's where you at. If you're speaking, I can't see you on Facebook. You got to come on over to YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely excited about the game tomorrow night. I think Josh playing. I know he didn't break anything, But y'all, you got to stop trying to dunk on everybody. This the NBA. This ain't high school and college. Can't dunk on everybody. This guy taking off damn near from the free throw line trying to dunk on people. You know what I'm saying? So you have to start being aware, dude. Like he high flying, and come and put his body in weird situations. So he has to definitely calm down. Dunking on everybody. Take it. I mean, get your dunk on. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got to do it. So you don't forever injure yourself. I mean, he's flying so high that he can injure himself, career ending at any point, and he just sometimes just trying to dunk on, trying to make a post a little too much sometimes, a little too much. Yeah, he should have challenged that. I agree, especially taking the time out anyway. Definitely should have took time to see that the rant mama in the background. Russ hitting the free throw. Like I don't know. I didn't know Russ was bad at free throws too. Goodness. Eric Gordon. Oh, that was nice. I don't know what Gordon was doing there. But he ran all the way around. He did get a hand in his face, but that looked a little wild there. Jason say Steph needs some new talent around him. I think they just gotta get rid of Draymond, man. They gotta get rid of Draymond, and I think they need to get a little bigger coming off the bench. Um, Nice pick and roll. I don't even know who their backup center. I have to go look it up. I do know because I watch them a lot, but I don't know. Um, Controversial foul on D boy. Yeah, I don't think that was a foul. They should have challenged it, especially the fact that he took the time out anyway, so he definitely should have challenged it and stopped the momentum. But luckily, it ain't really hurt him. You know what I'm saying? 10-point lead. It's pretty much over. It's a wrap. They're not gonna come back. Chris Paul is too smart of a player um, to put his team in a bad situation right now unless something crazy just happens. Yeah, now right there, KD didn't even really touch the ball. Chris Paul was gonna do it himself. Yeah, that was nice though. I mean, up 10 points, I don't have a problem with that. But if they're up like 4 or 5 points, I want to see the ball in KD hand, or at least KD is for the most part um involved in the play. You know what I mean? Um, but with that up 10 points, 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes left, I don't have a lot of I don't have a problem with that one. But you want to always get the ball in your best player's hands, or at least use them as a decoy or something. Um, hey, bang bang bookie, yeah, got to be more careful, boy. I tell you, got to be more careful, boy. I tell you. Man, though, for real. Let me see if I can do something. You know what I'm saying? They got a new tell y'all, I'm gonna show y'all my get up right now, how I'm doing things. Um, I'm gonna show y'all how I do it right here. Let me go to this app, Filmic Pro app. I'm plugging my phone in. Use it as another camera. Oh, got Mr. Greg done popped in here. I'm gonna bring Mr. Greg on screen. What's going on? Oh, what's happening, man? Somebody else. What's happening?
What's happening, my quarterback, man? I mean, when you learn how to drive a stick shift, man.
No, man, we just having fun, man. Just doing what we do.
Yeah. No, man, I saw
Trying-
you had posted the StreamYard on the on the link, man. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna see if it works. I'm gonna pop in on his ass right quick. Let me see if I can do something.
Definitely appreciate it, man.
No, you good, man. You good, man. Hey, I appreciate you for letting me in your space, man. You know, I've been watching you for a minute. So
you what now for a minute?
Yeah, I've been watching you for a little second, man. You've been doing your thing, man. So you know, hey, I ain't got no problem with what you're doing. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. It'll pick up.
Yeah, I try, man. They hit me hard with they say I hate LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, you know, just to clear the air. It's not.
I'm gonna help you out on that. I'm not a LeBron fan like that. I am a Laker fan. So you'll see some of my comeback too online.
I see.
You know, I get it. I get the LeBron hating it. You know, it's well deserved sometimes. You know, he can't touch Jordan. I hate to say it. You know, a lot of people like to try to make that comparison. Like, no, he don't need to be in that conversation. You know, there's no reason for him to be in that conversation. You know, Kobe maybe, but no, he don't need to be in that conversation with Jordan. And here's why I say that is because he has no go-to move. Right? If the game is on the line, I need a bucket. What is LeBron gonna do? Your athleticism can't be your go-to all the time.
Exactly.
What are you gonna go to? I know Shaq gonna post up. I know Russell. I know whatever. I know Kareem got the sky hook. What is LeBron gonna do?
Exactly.
He ain't done.
He got. I mean, I don't. It's not that I like LeBron as a man. I don't know the man. You know, these cats act like, you know, I don't like LeBron. It's not that I don't like him. I don't know him as a man to say I don't like him. But when it comes to basketball, one, like you say, he don't have a move. Two, I've seen me too much. Like today, I did a podcast earlier where he said, there's something about Austin Reeves, and basically he said that I knew he was gonna be this, that, and the other. Cool. And then he said, I knew that he could play to my man. I forgot it. Let me read it.
He said I knew he was gonna fit my game.
My game, yeah, exactly. And I'm like,
that's it's a team. I'm like, wait a minute. I saw it too, and I was taking it back a little. I was like, wait a minute, your game. When you were sitting down, this young man helped bring this team to what? 12 and 7, 12 and 5 when they was without you. That's how they got back into the playoffs. That's how they got back into the playoff race. I'm like, I was even like,
yeah. And then he says, you know what I'm saying? He's the GOAT. You know, all this stuff here. I mean,
who's GOAT? And what criteria do you claim him to be the GOAT? What is the justification for that? Look, so so when we say the GOAT, was he the greatest? Is he the greatest scorer of all time? No. Is he the greatest rebounder, the greatest shot blocker, the greatest assist, and the greatest anything? No. Now, collectively, he is high ranking in all of those categories. I get it because I mean, hell, if you play for 30 years. You're gonna accumulate some stats.
And you've been starting. You've been a man since you came into the league. And truth be told, Carmelo Anthony should have won that Rookie of the Year. If you go back, look at the numbers. The Cleveland Cavaliers did not make the playoffs. The Nuggets made the playoffs when Carmelo got there. And this isn't hate. These are the facts.
It's just the numbers. It's just the stats. Just the facts. I'm not going to say Carmelo should have won that because Carmelo did have a better team at the time.
Go back and look at the team. Go back and look at the team.
Look at the pieces, LeBron ain't have nobody with him, though.
I'm not saying LeBron had a great team, but the year before, neither one of the teams made it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And then Carmelo Anthony led his team to the playoffs. But yes, you are right. But the Nuggets wasn't a great team. Now, don't get me twisted.
Not great.
And yeah, Melo them was and you're in the West. But that's another thing. You're also playing in the West. And what Jason say? What are y'all rambling about? King James. Best. Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Listen. Look, the goal is this. It's opinionated, man. There's nothing that we can say to definitively say who is the greatest of all time. There's no way to say that, right? Because I mean, I'm not going to even say Jordan was the greatest of all time. You know what are we comparing that to? Rings? That's Bill Russell.
Yeah.
You know, stats.
I mean, there was the thing about the Bill Russell thing, and I don't want to throw any hate at Bill Russell, but the thing about Russell, there was like 8 teams in the league. So, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's the thing that really hurts him, so to speak. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got 11, 13 rings or whatever it is.
You got it done. When it counts, you got it done. He will.
Yeah.
Who are we gonna say that was Jordan's greatest competition?
Man, I mean, you have to say
at a 2-guard position, right? Who was Jordan facing? Craig Elo? Joe Dumars?
I mean, you had Karl Malone. You had
That's in the West.
Clyde Drexler, you know what I'm saying?
That's in the West. So he's only facing them in the finals. That's in the West. Yeah. Who was he facing in the East?
But I mean, yeah, you're right.
So it's a subjective argument. Everybody has an argument in it, and that's what makes basketball great, right? That's what makes a sport to where people can love to watch it because everybody has an argument, everybody has a stake to the claim. You know, there's something that we can say about all of them. We can say the same thing about Kobe. We can say the same thing about Barkley, Karl Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaq. We can always make the competition. We can always make the argument about any of them. They all had
no competition.
See, we said Jordan had no competition.
So if you think about this, if you go back and research, Greg, and I'm talking to you, Greg, the other Greg. I meant Jason. I keep saying I'm looking at you. Jason, I'm talking to you. Shaquille O'Neal said it himself. They used to run from the Utah Jazz because they didn't want to get the Utah Jazz early. They used to run from the Utah Jazz. Jordan beat them 2 years in a row. 2 years.
But now look what we're talking about here. They are running from the process. They're not running from the players. But that process was a well-oiled machine.
Super well.
That would come into town. So if you had any weakness, they were going to exploit you.
Correct.
So that's what he was talking about going away from. Nobody wants to go into that actual well-oiled machine that has been together for 10 years and know how to play together, and you can't dissect and you can't decipher how to beat them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know he wasn't like scared of them like that, but he didn't want to see them boys early because he know he might take the L.
Right.
He might take the L early. But Jason, now we talking about in 97, 98. We ain't talking about 2010, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about the history of basketball. It ain't necessarily 2010. 2010, hell.
I mean, wasn't that the year that LeBron was? Oh, that's 2011 when the Dallas put that thing on Bron. Them, I lost all kind of money.
Dirk did put it on him.
Yeah.
Dirk, and what did Dirk have that they couldn't stop? A go-to move. He had a go-to move. They posted him up, and then he did that little leg up where you can't block it, and he was already 6'11", and he was giving them buckets. Anytime they needed a bucket, they had a go-to move. Get that ball to Dirk, and if you got to double him, so we can. What's going to happen is you create a mismatch out of the double. The ball starts moving now.
Yep,
that's basketball.
I just talked about that today. Coach used to say, the ball move faster than you can run. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they were doing with KD earlier. KD will post up, double team come, somebody open, and then you can't just skip pass all the time. You might have to make the pass there, and then they get it over.
They're gonna call it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so, but that's basketball 101. And a lot of people, I don't know, man. I just feel like a lot of people just analyze the stats. They just look at the stats. Oh, Braun had, or anybody, hell, Jordan had 43 points. Okay, he had 43, but it was 6 for 23 from the field. You know what I'm saying? 8 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that matters in the game. And, and people like LeBron has the most turnovers by far than anybody else.
Way more. See, so now you're talking about 94. I was just about to say, I think we might be old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said, yeah, we got him, cuz. I already knew.
We might be old because we talking about when basketball, you know, was more methodical, when it was slower, when it was picking apart the game, when it was a chess piece, when it was moved on the court to manipulate the game instead of just running up and down shooting numbers.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
What these guys are doing now.
All day. And then another thing of people that they don't understand is that the 3-point line was not emphasized back then. You wasn't out on the fast break shooting a 3 or looking to shoot the 3. You looking to get the ball in the lane, pass back, and get a dunk layup or something like that. Jordan only made Jordan. I think Jordan only made 700 or 800 some threes. Larry Bird only hit 600 and some threes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's right.
Even LeBron has hit over 2,000. You take all them points, you take 1 point away from all that, and he ain't breaking no record.
He's nowhere near Kareem. Look, Kareem did all this shooting a hook shot.
Yeah, and he hit 1 3 in his whole career.
Right. So 2 points every single time. So when you talk about get it out of the mud, that man had to get it out of the mud. He was posting up every single time when he was getting that bucket, and he was doing left hand and right hand hook shots.
Definitely. Now, I don't really want it. Ain't hit mainstream, but I know you seen the thing where they said LeBron was on steroids.
Yeah.
Whatever the heck you want to call it. Did you notice though? I understand. Oh, well, they ain't got no proof and all this stuff here, but not one mainstream channel even mentioned it.
Right.
They ain't mentioned on Undisputed, Fox, anywhere else. They didn't even mention it. And that's what, like, to me, that was just like, come on, dog. Like, we're saying the guy that has the most points in NBA history is supposedly cheating. All you got to do, you know what I'm saying? And he just broke the record. They're saying he's cheating. What did they do to Barry Bonds? Barry Bonds hit all them dogs.
I was just about to go there. So look at what happened to baseball when they started mentioning steroids. Yeah. Baseball for about 10 years was a sore eye. It was a sore thumb in sports. We didn't even watch baseball for about 10 years after they talked about steroids, because after they talked about that home run derby with him and it was like who was that? Mark McGuire, I think his name was. Barry Bonds and maybe Pujols. They had like a little three-headed race, and they talked about steroids. They stopped talking about baseball after that. That was a tarnish on baseball after that.
Do you think it'll have the same effect on basketball though?
Absolutely.
I don't know, man.
I
don't know.
Why do you even want that in the game? Why do you want to tarnish the game like that?
Well, I'm assuming that's why they didn't say nothing. Because they don't want to tarnish the game. But so is it that they learned a lesson from baseball that they didn't say nothing about it, or is it that we got the? I mean, they hit Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod with it.
Look at what they did to his career.
Considered to be one of the best players, possibly one of the best shortstops of all time. You know what I'm saying?
And then after steroids hit,
oh yeah, it messed him up. I mean, he said, yeah, he said. I mean, it still messed him up. Can't get in the Hall of Fame. With Barry Bonds, can't get in the Hall of Fame. But I'm putting an asterisk by. I always put an asterisk by his little name. But you know, I was like switching gears a little bit. What you think about Draymond Green, man? What? Draymond?
So again, we are a little older, right? So we come from an era where I saw Bill Laimbeer damn near choke slam a dude on the court, and it was a regular common foul.
Yeah, common foul.
I saw them beat the hell out of Jordan. But don't see what people don't understand is those first 6-7 years of Jordan, he didn't win anything. He got his ass kicked in the East because the Celtics, the Pistons, the Sixers, the damn Cavs, they were all good. So you had to go through the process of being a winner.
Correct.
And while so when I see, let me finish this point. So when I see this young man get stepped on in the West after you grab Draymond's ankle, what I'm looking at is, hey, you got to earn your way to the top. I know you better than us. You saw the Pistons not shake Jordan's hand after Jordan kicked their ass.
Yeah.
I think y'all too soft. I think y'all marshmallows. You got stepped on. So what?
Yeah.
You know, and look, you got to earn your way to beat me. Yeah, you might beat me, but I'm going to beat you up in the process. You got to now once you beat me, I know you battle tested. I know you ready.
Yeah, if you're in a boxing match, I always say if you the champ, we can't go off no decision. You got you
got to take it from me.
You got to like clearly whoop my behind. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
It ain't no no, you got to clearly the champ behind. So my thing is, no, go ahead, finish up.
No, I was gonna say. So the little step, man. He even tried to step over you after that. I would have stepped all the way through your chest because I'm gonna get kicked out anyway. So you're gonna have a broke sternum messing with me.
Well, actually, they just said he's out for game 3.
He out because his little feelings hurt. You ain't break nothing.
He got a little contusion, Cole.
Contusion? That wasn't even available in the 80s and 90s. Contusion?
Wasn't even
so you telling me, oh yeah, your little feelings, so you got to go drink some water and take an aspirin. Man, get back on the court.
Yeah, he out there rolling all.
That's how I see it. It's a little soft. It's a little fugazi to me. It's a little, they give Draymond a bad break because Draymond brings some of that edge back. And I'm gonna tell you this too. It don't matter what championship team is out there. You got somebody that's an enforcer. You got somebody that's gonna say you can't come in this middle. You got somebody that's gonna give you a check foul. You got somebody that when you go into that hole, you're gonna reap the consequences of you coming down here. Every championship team has it.
Facts, definitely.
You find one that doesn't have it.
You gotta have somebody with that mean streak. But my thing is with Draymond, I'm right with you on all that. But I think the Warriors are done with Draymond. I think
the Warriors are done, period. But go ahead.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna win. I said that they were gonna lose the second round. They might not make it to the second round. But yeah, I thought they were done. Definitely the second round. But I hadn't watched the Kings play to this year. Them boys look nice. I meant to this series. But what I was saying, let me
jump in. Let me jump in on you right there. As a Lakers fan, I've seen the Kings play. They can ball, man. They can ball. But so it's kind of for them. It's kind of like NCAA play. We all know that when in NCAA, guards really win in the NCAA. You might have some big men here or there, but guard play is essential. So they basically just bought the NCAA to Sacramento, and they got guards that can ball, and then they got a guard that can come off the bench. They can hoop, and so they got a guard that comes off the bench that still keeps that same pressure on the second unit. And Monk is a dog, man. Monk in LA.
Better. LeBron makes players better, Monk got better.
Bron ain't made that ball better. He was a dog before he got LeBron. LeBron was just in the way.
That's
Bron
my
was in
point.
that young man way.
Yeah,
Bron ain't made
that's
that
my
young man
point.
better. Listen, he came out of college as a monster.
Yeah, and that's my point. When people say, I mean, Chris Bosh numbers went down. Kevin Love numbers went down because they want to spot him out there. This man was a double king in Minnesota, but they want to spot him out there to shoot 3-pointers all day. Spot up 3-pointers. But going back to Draymond, this was my thing. Like, we know the rules now. I get it. I'm old school too. You know what I'm saying? I see Scottie Pippen with the golf ball size lump on the side of it.
Yeah.
On a common foul. But Draymond, he has that edge, but now he's doing it he's making dumb mistakes at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he grabbed his leg, definitely. Draymond stepped on him. I think he tried to play it off, but I think it was purposely done. And then, but I think he doesn't have enough left in the tank that is gonna to be able to overcome that. Meaning to have more positive effect on the game. Yeah, you might get a tech here, you might get kicked out there, but he doesn't have enough. Remember, Draymond used to hit a 3. You know what I'm saying? He'll hit 30 points on it.
Again. Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But now even his defensive presence, he's not that guy that's going to warrant like, okay, Draymond gonna do something crazy, but he's gonna be able to make up for what he did. He's not that guy anymore. I think I think they should have took Belichick's rule of thought, get rid of you a year early. But I think this year, I ain't gonna say this year they got to get rid of him. I don't know who can fill that role. I like Kuminga. He's no Draymond. So I don't really know who can fill that role. Maybe. I don't know.
Let's talk about it then now. So let's fill it in. So is Draymond really the issue, or is it the fact that Wiseman didn't pan out? Is that the issue? Because remember, they drafted that young boy.
Yeah, but obviously he didn't pan out. But why didn't he pan out? I feel like sometimes the way Steve Kerr plays the guy, like he'll play
now we get into the issue.
5 or 6 games, and then he'll have a DMP. You know what I'm saying? And then I like Steve Kerr as a coach.
You like Steve Kerr as a coach?
I do, but I think I think he messed up Wiseman, to be honest.
So now we get into the real issue.
Somewhere in the organization they messed up Wiseman.
I think it goes further than that. Are we really getting to the issue? I think they messed up by bringing in Steve Kerr and didn't keep Mark Jackson. Because remember, that was Mark Jackson's team. Mark Jackson developed them boys. Mark Jackson brought in the Splash Brothers.
Yeah. Those are facts.
So you gonna bring Steve Kerr in to get all the credit. Steve Kerr doing this Phil Jackson move when he got to LA and inherited Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
So now what's the real issue? You should have kept Mark Jackson, who was developing players. He was developing a team. He built a culture. But you didn't give him time the same way you gave Doc Rivers the time over in the Clippers and in second the Sixers.
Celtics.
You didn't give Mark Jackson the same time to continue developing these boys, and now you done went in and inherited a couple championships, and now you're trying to find out if Steve Kerr can really coach.
Yeah. So with that being said, why hasn't Mark Jackson got a job now? Since
again, I think they just hate Mark Jackson.
No, I think what it boils down to, I seen a documentary, not a documentary, but I seen something where it was talking about him bringing God into the locker room.
I was trying not to go there. Yeah. That's where you want. That's where it happens at, right?
Yeah.
When you have a man who stands for something instead of fall for anything, it is hard to keep that man around because he's going to give you his process. He's going to give you, the exact thing that he goes through every single time, every single day. And if you have ownerships that don't agree with that, then he's going to get blackmailed every single time.
Yeah. I mean, because he said it. Obviously, we don't heard the story, but he said it the best shooting backcourt in NBA history. And obviously that came to fruition now that everybody knows it. And I just, man, it just sucks that I love to see him coach on the sideline.
I would too.
I don't think that's.
But I think at this point, Mark has just got he's too comfortable officiating. Commentating on the games. I don't even know if he wants to come back. I mean, because I remember hearing little rumors that he wanted to come back and coach, and that he was getting interviewed and all these type of things. But I don't think anybody else will. He's going to demand too much at this point in time. His credibility is too high because right now he has the credit for building the Splash Brothers. He has the credit for really building that Golden State team. Yeah, y'all gave Steve Kerr the credit, but we know who did it. Yeah. And he's able to talk on the sideline. Him and Van Gundy, they're doing the same thing. Both of them should be coaches right now.
Yeah.
Because what Van Gundy did with the Knicks, you see it. It's never been done again.
Fact.
That man went to the playoffs like 10 years in a row with the Knicks.
Yeah. I think, like you saying, both of them guys should be a head coach somewhere. It just is what it is. But I don't know. Definitely for Mark Jackson, how we can allow in this country stuff. Well, we see all the crazy mess going on now, so it's easier nowadays than it. I don't know. I don't even know. But it's just crazy that could happen. It's just crazy. This man stands on his morals. I feel like you will want that in your locker room because then if you have a man of leadership like that, typically you're not going to have you're not going to have crazy players. Your player's not going to do stuff. I mean for the integrity of the league, go out with guns and be shooting people, and because they're going to have to feel like, man, I got to come face this moral man on a daily basis, but I'm out here doing this dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what the league needs, but the league doesn't want it.
Well, so now we're getting into the conversation of accountability.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people view accountability different. So they don't view accountability the way we do because we have to be leaders of men, especially in our communities. We have to be leaders of men. We have to be leaders of, classrooms. We have to be leaders in school. We have to be leaders of churches. We have to be leaders of, all the time. We have to be leaders. And once you go into different backgrounds, they don't have the same type of leadership, or they don't have the same requirement of leadership that we do. And so once you have a stern man like Mark Jackson and Tony Dungy, or the same thing with Tony Dungy, when you have those people that have leadership that have to do leadership a different way, and they don't understand what that leadership looks like, then they get alienated from those positions of power. And that's what's happening in our community. That's what's happening. That's what's happening especially in the sports world. Yeah, they don't the ownership doesn't understand what that accountability looks like. They don't understand that we're trying to save these young men's lives. Yeah, right. And so we have to deliver that message consistently every single day. We have to be consistent on that message that we deliver. Y'all want these boys to play basketball. Y'all want these boys to play football. Y'all want these boys to go out here and shuck and jive for y'all, but we need to save these boys' lives. Not only their lives, we gotta save their families' lives. So it's deeper for us than just going out here playing a game. And then once you go into that, they don't understand it, and so they can't relate to it, and so they have to get rid of, that type of leadership.
Yeah. So Man, we can talk about that all day. You know what I'm saying? We might need to put a show together. You know what I'm saying?
We can put a show together, and it'll be good because I mean, I know you come from where I come from, so you know I've seen you grow. I watched you. You know, you was behind me, so I yeah. We can put a show together because you know we can have conversations about just what Coach Keith said to us.
Yeah.
Hey, so
man, last year, I think.
yeah.
So you know, like to me, that leads into like you say, accountability. You know, I have my own little acronym. I ain't gonna put it out here because I want to. I gotta market that thing a certain way. But anyway, you talk about accountability. So I bring up like something like BLM, Black Lives Matter.
Yep.
You see what just happened in Chicago not too long ago. I mean, hell, yesterday I believe it was. We see they just took a whole Walmart out of Chicago, certain city, certain part of Chicago. I think they closed some in California. But I also interviewed two guys. One was from Chicago. This is when I first started, and I got to get them brothers back on. And then one was from Memphis. We really didn't talk about the stuff from Memphis. He didn't want to talk about it, so we didn't get into it really. But where is BLM? Where is Colin Kaepernick? Where are these people that we? Well, I ain't gonna say we because I don't support neither one of them. But where are these organizations? You know, forget the bad stuff, but raising up in these communities. Why aren't they fixing playgrounds? Why aren't they teaching the kids how to pull their pants up? Why are they teaching the kids how to deal with the police? Different things like that is what I'm seeking because I don't know. I don't live in a predominantly black neighborhood, but from what I see, what I learned and what I've researched, they're not doing any of that. And there's like two different kind of BLM, so to speak, as well. But so what do you think about that part of it?
So you trying to get me into the segue into what I do? Huh? Okay, all right, fine. I'll go ahead and do it.
We talked on Facebook about it.
All right, we'll get into it. I was gonna let you have your sports show tonight, but you know what? We're gonna get into the real deal tonight. So, if you really want to go into what's really going on out here,
wait, real quick. Hold on, real quick. We're gonna have an actual show about this, but give me the quick.
We have to, man.
give me. I don't want to give them everything tonight.
Okay.
Give me the shorter version, but we're gonna have to plan a day where we can advertise it a little bit. I don't have that many followers on YouTube, but we can advertise it. Yeah,
we'll get you some. I'll promote it, and then I'll come on the show, and we'll make sure that listeners tune in. But I'll give the short. For me now, you know, and this is just, you know, what I think and how I move. I don't necessarily get into BLM because I think a lot of the so-called leaders are what I deem them as poverty pimps, right? So what they want to do is when they see an opportunity for the camera to come on, then they want to show up. Then they want to come out. Then they want to come and give their speeches and all these things. Like in NCAA, you know, NAACP, you know, they want to come out and be involved when the news is here. You know, not just the regular news, not the local news, but when the national news is here, then they want to come out. Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and all those guys want to come out. You know, they'll come for that. You know, when we get somebody that dies and the national news hears about it, then they'll come out and say, hey, we're going to support this family. But what about that groundwork, just like you said? So I don't necessarily subscribe to the BLM and the poverty pimps of the world, you know, NAACP and all these people who want to take advantage of what's going on in the neighborhoods that we live in. Right. Yeah. I don't necessarily subscribe to them. So I can't tell you about what they're doing. I don't get into it. But what I can tell you is there is a movement and we are doing some groundwork about making sure that we get back to family instead of making sure that everybody's out here on their own is isolated, right? And so you can even get back to my organization right now. We collaborate with a lot of people. So I am the CEO and co-founder of the nonprofit organization entitled Our Children Have Rights. And the mission is to protect children's rights to have access to both parents equally by providing these co-parenting resources.
Okay.
I like what we're doing is, so we have what we call 3 pillars. We want to educate parents, right? Because a lot of parents don't know how to protect their children's right to have access to them. So before you go to that black man and tell that black man, hey, you ain't been there for your baby, wait a minute, did you give him the resources? Did you educate him? Did you get him to understand how this process works? Because a lot of times what we in the black community, especially the black man, what we feel is if, or what we think is if, everything is against us. But if you teach us that it's not, if you teach us that there's another way, if you educate yourself and you understand how the process works, then you can combat the nonsense that's going on.
True.
So the first thing that we want to do is educate our parents, right? The second thing that we want to do is make sure that you have your mental health in check. Now that you're educated on the process of how to protect your child to have access to you, what does your mind look like? What are you thinking? Yeah. Because a lot of times what our parents do is they don't understand the process. And so the first reaction that we as people do, we go to fight. We go straight to the fight reaction because we don't know how to handle it. So we're gonna fight. We don't care what's going on, we fight. Right? But if we can teach us as a people, stop fighting and start thinking. What does this process look like? Understand the process and then move strategically to get out the results that you want. Yeah, we want to bring our parents, we want to bring our neighborhoods, we want to bring our fathers and mothers and uncles and cousins and aunties, all these people out of fight or flight. Gotcha, we want to bring you back to thinking strategically to protecting that child's right to have access to you. Love it. And now once you're educated and your mind is right, now we can move into the third pillar, which is legal aid and documentation review. What does your paperwork look like?
Now, what do you mean by paperwork?
When you go in a courtroom, nobody cares about what you say. What does the black and white say? What does the paperwork say? Gotcha. And once you have your documentation right, now you can get into a more favorable outcome for that child. Yeah. And let's say you're educated, your mind is right, you have your paperwork. Now we have to get you into the court we have to get you into the process of really showing it to the other party, right? You have to show it to the court because everybody has to be held accountable. You have to show it to the courts. So now we're going to get you into mediation. What does mediation look like for you? How do you negotiate when you go into mediation?
Great point.
We want to educate you on mediation.
So this is what you do in your organization. This is what you do in your organization.
This is what the organization that I founded does.
And how long you guys been operating?
About 2.5 years now.
Okay. Yeah. So you see everything I got going on. We definitely gonna have to talk behind the scenes too. But you got, because my sister does some stuff like that as well. Kinda. She actually helps women who just came home from prison, give them jobs and stuff like that. And a place to stay. And but my thing is, you see gates open, right? So for me, gates open. I got gates open lawn service. I got gates open credit repair. Have my own credit repair business. Gates open credit repair services, and obviously gates open media. So for me, you're teaching how to get there. I'm teaching. I ain't gonna say teaching because I'm not teaching, but my thing is the gates are open now. We're black. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I'm married to a white woman. You know what I'm saying? My kids are mixed, whatever. But I'm teaching, not teaching because I don't teach anybody anything. But I'm saying, like, as a black person, typically you start 2 or 3 feet behind everybody. You know what I'm saying? Right. That just is what it is. But now for the most part, do negative things still happen to black people? Definitely they do. Are we falsely accused for stuff? Definitely we are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get by that, but what I'm saying is, for the most part now, the gates are open for us to run through these gates. We have to stop. We have to stop playing victim every time we turn around. Like me, myself, I got in a little trouble in high school. It was me though. I did it. I knew what I was doing. I was being stupid. I did it, but I didn't make an excuse. You know, I grew up with my grandparents. My mom was in prison. My dad wasn't really in my life. But I look at it like, man, I could have been given up for adoption. Maybe my mama could have had an abortion. I'm not saying that was an option for her, but I'm just saying, but statistically, I'm supposed to be dead or in prison or on drugs. I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't do anything like that. But I've heard recently, and you know this person, or you know some of these people, but I've heard recently that, oh, he ain't black like that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't this, he ain't that.
Yeah.
He ain't, while even some of their family members, because I have a white wife, but some of their family members also had white girlfriends, but some friends that they would say is black like that has white wives.
What does that mean? What does black like that mean? Like what?
I really don't know. But they just that's how they describe it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't see me. I went to college. I got a associate degree in radiology. I have a bachelor's degree in health service administration. I got my personal training license. I'm fat now though. I got my insurance license to sell insurance at one point. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't see, you know what I'm saying, when I was going to school, I was going to school I was going to work 7 at night. No, I'm sorry, going to work 11 at night, getting out 7 in the morning, change my clothes in the bathroom, and then go to school. And get out 2, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, drive an hour back home, have to spend kid time with my little baby kids and my wife. They didn't see that grind. They don't see right now. I literally work 7 days a week. I work my regular job at a nursing home as a health service. I'm in a business office manager, right? I get home 5:30. Then I'm trying to hit the gym every day. I'm trying to do this podcast and really get it cranking. I have a wife and kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who I just cook for the night. They don't see that grind. In the weekends, I mow lawns. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see me. You don't see me complaining. You see me being like, the opportunity is here. Let's go get it. You know what I'm saying? We'll make this money. Let's make it happen. Yeah. And then hopefully I'll get to a point where I don't have to mow lawns in the afternoon. I get to a point where I don't have to go to the job every single day. But right now, I'm grinding. You know what I'm saying? But people don't see that. They just see, like, you know what I'm saying? I got I think it's a pretty nice house. You can see in the back there where I got the you can see clear through the living room, but that's from the hurricane. So the hurricane messed up my house. And I'm, obviously waiting to get it repaired and everything. But I just say all that, dog, to say that we have to stop playing victimhood in the black community. You know what I'm saying? And we have to start taking accountability. What you talked about earlier.
That's the word.
We have to start taking accountability, stop complaining, stop playing victimhood, and just do what the hell we got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? But your program, your organization can help us get to those steps. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to get involved with that some kind of way. I don't know how, but we definitely gonna have to talk behind the scenes about that.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say accountability, right? So I did yesterday. I did a seminar for Dade County School down in Miami. I was in Miami yesterday, and the topic was accountability. So oftentimes we as people want to project our issues on somebody else. We want to say, hey, what they did to us, or, what she did, or, what somebody else did, or all these other things. But we never stop to look in the mirror and say, what is my role in that? What am I doing? What did I not do to prevent them from doing that? What did I not do to put myself in a position to make sure that everything was okay? And so until we have the intrinsic value to hold ourselves accountable, then nothing is going to change. We have to look into that mirror. We can't blame the white man. We can't blame, auntie, mama, uncle, cousin. It doesn't matter who else is out here doing anything else. We have to do what we are supposed to do. You have to wake up with that person in the mirror every single day.
Every day.
And you hold that person accountable.
Yep.
And then once you hold that person accountable, then you can hold other people around you accountable. But nobody's going to be accountable if you're going out here and you're not accountable yourself.
Exactly.
That's what this entire thing is about. Accountability.
Yeah.
If you got, you want to talk about your baby mama and what she did to you and how she took your baby and she, her mama cussed you out and all this other kind of stuff. And what did you do?
Yeah.
Did you get down there to the courthouse and file your paperwork so if these folks talk reckless to you, you can get that accountability? Even when they did that, did you take that information? Did you get back into that courthouse and hold the judge accountable based on the order that he provided for you to go by? Did you make sure that you held everybody around you accountable, including yourself?
Yes, sir.
Hold yourself accountable first, and then you hold everybody else accountable and watch how all this other stuff will change for you.
Yeah.
But you have to have that accountability. I gotta get up on time every morning. If I'm supposed to be going to the gym, I gotta get up and go to the gym.
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to be to work on time, I gotta get up and be there on time.
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to provide these deliverables, I gotta do that. We're talking about discipline. The accountability and discipline. What do you get paid for? Do you understand what you get paid for? Discipline is what you get paid for.
Yep.
Every single day, getting up and doing what you're supposed to do, that's in your job description. That's what you get paid for.
And you do this every day.
Every day.
This is what you do every day. Literally.
Every day. Every day. Every day.
And you're going around the different, and we'll get into that later, man. We gotta talk behind the scenes.
Yeah. We'll have a show, man. But listen, man. Listen, man. I've spoken in Australia. I've spoken to UK, Italy, Brazil, Canada. Man, listen.
So you've made a lot of connections.
A lot of connections.
To go to all these places and speak, you have made a lot of connections.
A lot of connections.
Yeah.
A lot of connections. People are reaching out to OTHR.org saying, hey, this is a unique perspective on how to handle this process. We've never heard anything like it, but it makes sense.
And you have a team of how many people working with you?
So right now, direct employees is only 2 of us, but we have a consultant agency that helps us develop everything. And then we also outsourced our taxes. We've outsourced HR. So we kind of have about a 25 people team, but per in-house team is only 2 of us, which is myself as a CEO, and then I have a COO who does a lot of our outreach. He does a lot of our marketing. He does a lot of our development. And so we actually went and hired a development team from our board. Is paying for our development team. So we have a strong board. Listen, if you want to start an organization, depending on how you want to structure it, if you need a board, get you a board that does at least 2 or 3 things. They do 1, they give contributions to the organization because they believe in the mission. 2, they get money for you and that mission and that organization. Or 3, they can develop the relationship that get you those 2 things. Gotcha. So, man, I got a lot of game to give the folks, man. They should be paying me for this, but I'll give it to them for free because we need it. We need it as people, man. But no, man, we got some great things going with our childrenhaverights.org. You don't even, go to the website, go see us. You don't have to reach out to us at all, but go to the website. We kind of use the website as a grocery store, right? You can go to the grocery store and get out whatever. You can pick whatever you want to need, pay for it, go on about your business. You ain't got to talk to nobody. But in the event that you need that one-to-one guidance, you need that extra help, you can fill out the questionnaire and then you can come to OCHR. I will be the person that responds to you every single time.
Okay.
So you get the opportunity to go to a parent who's done it the wrong way and done it the right way. And we can help walk you through the process of protecting that child's right to have access to you.
Man, what I'm gonna have to do is I was trying to do it just now, but I'm gonna have to get your information, man, and then also start putting it in my my description and stuff. That way somebody can always find you. You know what I'm saying? I always shout you out.
Yeah, man.
And you know what I'm saying? Like this right here started, really talking sport. I can talk sports all day easy.
Right.
There was other things on my brain, what I'm saying, to talk about. But I was telling, dudes I grew up with that, like, dudes doing something like this, like, I can start it. I've already started. I got a whole little setup here. It's dark now. I've been gathering stuff over the last year. I got gathering stuff. I'm trying to let me switch this. I got a switcher. You know what I'm saying? That's what can I this thing? Let me see what I can do. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
This thing. I'm a cat. That's my laptop. What we doing? Oh, that's my little camera switch. I can set up 4 cameras. I got my lights, got my other light over there, got my iPad, got my Rodecaster Pro.
You ready?
I got everything, man. I mean, and I'm still adding to this. You know what I'm saying? So I was telling them, like, dude, if I get going, I ain't got to do nothing but help y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and then we can just help each other build and build and build. And then you making money on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm going with another guy over that Sit in Politic. Y'all go check him out. And I'll be over there sometime. But we're going to do podcasts in Orlando with some dudes, just trying to get them numbers up. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to do something to where you don't have to go to that 9 to 5 every day. I'm trying to get out the 9 to 5 every day. You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell you something. I retired 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get to.
I'm sitting in my office right now. I was doing IT security before I started this.
IT security?
IT security. And, I got it where, I was able to stay home. So that's another show that we can do on, financial literacy. We should be teaching us to, as soon as you get out of high school, find a way to buy yourself a multifamily property.
Tell me about it. Wish I could have did. Yeah.
If you get a multifamily property, I got a property right now that's making $5,000 a month, and that's on 1 unit.
Yeah.
I'm about to evict the tenant, and once I get them, I'm gonna renovate upstairs, and I'm gonna do the same thing upstairs. So I got a house that's gonna bring in $10,000, but I'm only paying a mortgage of $2,500, so I'm making $75 a month on it.
Bang bang. Wait, hold up. Bang bang. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get.
Listen, we have the education to get us out of this rat race and get us out of the poverty mindset that our people are in. And all we got to do is go ahead and use our resources to educate them. That's one of the reasons why I wrote the book about Our Children Have Rights. This is more about
Bang bang boogie. And this man got a book. Okay. Where they get the book?
Man, if you go to Amazon right now and look up Our Children Have Rights by Greg Hill, you'll see the book that I wrote. And the premise of the book is, I was really writing it for me. Right?
Yeah.
The idea was, after I got everything resolved and situated, if I had to do it all over again, what would Greg advise Greg to do? So the book was a conversation with myself.
Bang bang, I got it up there.
And so, once I No, it ain't gonna go like that. But you know, you can plug it in however you want to plug it. But you know, once I wrote the book, because really the book is a skeleton, and then all parents have to do is fill in the meat.
Okay.
And so, you know, it was just an outline or a guideline, a pocket guide of how we handle situations of protecting our children's right to have access to us. Because really, I got tired of men talking about she took my baby from me, she did this, she did that, she did it, right? But
And then
you ain't looking at yourself.
taking the baby out of state, and she
Yeah,
can't take out of
all
state.
this other kind of nonsense going on. But you ain't looking at yourself and what you could have did or what you should have did to resolve this situation and get your paperwork right. So where anything that she does, she's relevant.
And that comes back to the paperwork, like you said, accountability. Bang bang booger. That's it.
So how do we be accountable? You want to be accountable, but how do you do it now? And that's what the book is about.
I think a lot of us we don't know how to do it.
That's it.
That doesn't make sense. But a lot of us don't know how to do it.
We don't know how. We want to now.
Because we play victimhood. That's what we know. We know how to play victimhood instead of being accountable for our actions.
There you go. What I mean? So now, if you're not being accountable, if you want to and you don't know how, what's the fix? I don't talk in you know problems. There's no such thing as a problem for me. Everything is a learning opportunity. You either do one or two things. You learn or you win. If you didn't win, you learn what not to do. So now you got a chance to go back and address it, and you got a chance to go win. You don't lose. So now that we have that, what is the fix? Now that we learned that we couldn't do it the last way, so now what do? What is the fix? This book is the fix.
Book is the fix. Okay. I'm gonna have to get that.
You understand? And it's not the fix to all your problems, but it's the blueprint for the fix. So now you can fill in the meat of all the other additional ancillary issues that you have.
And I got something that go right. I got something that'll go right along with that too.
Man,
I mean, I haven't read your book, but it's just something I've had in my brain since, man, had to be at least 2010 when I was working at the chemical plant. That's when I came up with it. And it really, like I said, I haven't read your book, but it really kind of goes on that I don't know what you're saying. I don't know how to call it. But anyway, it kind of goes with what you're saying. Definitely.
Well, we got the same foundation, so I'm not surprised that you got something that maybe sounds similar or you know is along the line of the way I think because I know where you come from. I know your background. I remember you from buckball when we was out there playing Mulberry Buck football. So you got some of the same lessons that I got. So I'm not worried about, you know, I understand that the process is going to be the same. You know, we might have had to go through our situations differently, but we had some of the same lessons from, you know, Coach EJ, Coach Keith, Coach, all these same people that we ran across. It was the same lessons from all of them. So I don't doubt that, you know, we got some of the same similar things that
I wanted to write a book, but I get intimidated of the thought of writing a book. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
No English major here.
So listen, I'm an economics major. I'm not an English major, so I'm gonna tell you how to get through to your book. Write yourself an outline, right? And then under that outline, you put the bullet points. And then once you put the bullet points, fill in what you was talking about for the bullet points. You got yourself a book.
All right, I'm gonna start working on that for real. Because I really do. I've thought about it plenty of times, but I'm like, man, that's intimidating to think about writing a book. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna make that thing happen.
Look, I encourage us to write it because we have to write down these lessons that we've learned over time. Yeah. And if we're not able to delivering these messages to the
you kicked out there. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you can hear me, but it kicked off. You paused now. Oh, there you go. I got you. Came back.
No, I was saying, you know, we have to write these things down because if we don't, there's no collection of the lessons that, you know, the people behind us still need to learn. And so if we don't do that, then you're creating a gap and a void, and people have to go back and learn those same skills and those same things over again when we've already gone through that process of learning that.
Man, I'll tell you, you know, my channel, and that brings me back to this, is called Gates Open Media. And on the bottom, you see the acronym SELF. And SELF means sports, entrepreneurship, life legacy, and fitness. So life legacy is I'm going to start interviewing the elder folks of my family. You know what I'm saying? For those teachings you're talking about. Long story short, I used to sell insurance, and I asked people, I was selling Medicare. Medicare is typically 65 and up. So why you moved here? But anyway, they would tell me their stories. I was so interested in their stories that I almost forget why I'm even at the people's house. So they're telling me that I'm like, I'm interested in that, and I know other people will be too. So I'm gonna start with my family, and then you know, just keep rolling from there, and just trying to, but you know, I have to do it on the weekends typically, and I want to do it in person. I mean, I'll do it like this, too, but I'd rather do it in person to make more of a video effect of it. But those teachers, like, God bless the dead. My brother passed. I don't know if you knew my brother Toby, light skinned dude. But anyway,
how old was he?
Huh?
How old was he?
I didn't hear you.
How old was he? Like where?
Right now he'll be like 46, I think, or he'll be turning.
He's a little older than us. He's a little older than us.
Yeah, but he passed in 2021.
Yeah.
He passed in 2021, and everybody in the family said, "Man," as I'm telling my family, this is what I want to do. They're like, "Man, if Toby would have been here, because he had everybody in his brain. He knew how everybody was connected. You know what I'm saying?" And it was just a huge thing, and I wish I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Started this early. Even the sports, you know, people stop me. What is Kent doing? I see him on Facebook, you know, talking. But like what we do, I'll leave it up to you. You know what I'm saying? When we have the discussion and break it down, I try to make people go to I try to make them go to YouTube and see it. Sports, I always put on Facebook, but anything else, I don't really put it on Facebook. But we can put it on. I'll leave it up to you.
Well, you know, it really does. It really, you know, it doesn't matter to me as long as the people are getting the message. Because again, this is not about this is not about money for me. This is not about, you know, trying to get any kind of financial gain. This is more about how do we fix our communities? How do we fix our immediate families, extended families, and then community? How do we do it?
And most of my friends are where you at? You in Polk, right?
I'm in Orange right now. I'm in Orlando right now.
The same. I mean, right down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Down the street. Yeah. I can get over there if I need to.
You in Orlando or Atlanta?
No, I'm in Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah, right, but I'm in Atlanta all the time, and I own a house in Jersey, so I'm all over the East Coast because of, you know, work and what I was able to do. But now I'm able to reach out and go to different places because of the nonprofit organization. So I do a lot of speaking engagements. I'm all over. I'm going to Alabama this weekend. I'm going to University of Alabama actually. I'm on my Florida State stuff. I don't care what they say.
I don't care.
Yeah, they might kick me out, but I'm gonna go over there and meet with the boosters, and I'm gonna say "Go Noles" while they say "Roll Tide," and I'm gonna thank you. And I'm gonna tell them, hey, thank you for the old ball coach. Because he came from Alabama.
Yeah. Old Bobby. Yeah, they did, Bobby.
We'll figure out a way to get it. And then what I can do also is promote your show, because, you know, I have a decent following right now. You know, I got I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. All those things. So probably got maybe 30,000 following, maybe, I don't know. I mean, but I can always promote the show, and then we can get your show to be viewed, worldwide, and make sure that people tune in and fine tune it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have everything situated to where the masses love it, and you deliver your message. I mean, same way that I do mine. So I've gone and learned from the consultancy and the people who have me speaking the correct way, and so I can definitely make sure that you have those resources, and we get you coached to where you deliver the message, and you give it out to people that need it. Because I mean, look, I'm already scheduled. I had somebody ask me to do a virtual show for London every week now. So I'm gonna collaborate with them and see if I can get OCHR in London. Because I mean, the message doesn't change. The process doesn't change. It's the same thing every single time, no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you are. The first thing that you need to do for your child is make sure that you are in the proper distance of the other parent and make sure that you can establish the 50-50 rights or whatever rights that you're trying to establish. The second thing is you put that baby on your insurance. Right. The third thing is you establish the parenting plan to get the overnights that you're looking for. So overnights are a direct correlation to child support. You know what I'm saying? So if you have the overnights in your favor, you're not going to pay child support. If you have the insurance in your favor, that looks as if you are taking the fiduciary responsibility for the child.
Okay.
And if you are within the mileage range. If you're within the mileage range, then you can be in the same community for that baby. So there's no issue. There's no detriment to the child. If you just do those three simple things, you can have a better outcome for the baby.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. Now, that stuff. I mean, I know you got to be in the same vicinity and all that stuff, but definitely, man. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play my son's song. He's trying to become a Christian rapper. 17 years old. So I'm telling everybody, get that thing on all streaming services. I always play it at the end of my videos. So anyway, I'm gonna play that, and then I'm gonna stop the video, and then I'm gonna get your information. If you want to hold on about 2 minutes. All right. So this is Project Julio, my son. You know what I'm saying? This is phase 1. That's the wrong one. I'll get you the right song. I mean, that's his song too, though. Where did I put it?
That's fine. We're gonna support either way. No matter.
We got another banger. Yeah, Anti-Flow. And just to let you guys know, whoever see this is about the he has 3 different voices. They're all him. No auto-tune, no voice changer or anything. I told him I thought it was genius, but it's like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So that's why he changed his voice doing this song. So the first voice, I didn't even know it was him. So anyway, it's like 2 minutes long. So let's get it. Wait, my bad. It got an old school feel. That
was dope already. Listen, man, play the music, man. Stop talking.
Old school feel.
That was good already. I was like, hey.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm never seen with the one, and I'm not rapping for fun. I'm not popping with guns, I just pop with puns. I hang with Jesus the Son, the devil trying to be done. It was a 3-on-1, the lightning crashed like thunder. He gon' burn and live right under. You just cannot win this, cause it is finished. Look, draining my life, then God replenish. Say you were God, you should have stayed in your place. But that's not the case, so clean your mouth out. I'm not talking toothpaste. Look, in present tense, I'm making the ground shook. Got verses after verses, but I'm missing a hook.
Have you ever read his book? Read the rainbow, go ahead and take a look. Filling bars, just call me alcoholic cook. Spitting like a pro, but I'm really just a rookie. I got me a weapon and it ain't got no steel, straight leather. And this is how it feels to spit something real. Make these demons squeal. High pitch, false chord inserted right here.
On the
forehead got a seal. Yelling to you dogs finna make you all heal. When the underbelly's yellow like banana peels. Try your best not to get caught up in your feels. Barking at you big like I'm trying to sign a deal. Guess you got a line, but you're missing all the reels. Then some fake people come and they'll just appear.
I gotta stop this. I'm feeling nauseous. Getting sick of this flow. I keep on coughing. I got a feeling we're old like Tupac and Biggie in the prime of hip hop and these coffins. On that Brooklyn Bowl spitting at him with acrylic. Gotta paint a picture and rate him like man feeling. Stay a fan, you own my ceiling. Jesus died, but he is risen. A rock can't stop my God. He's not in the tomb. He's gone.
Hello? yeah, that's me. No. The whole thing was me. Got me a shoe, like. No, but it might blow up, you know. It might blow up. Like I don't know, but it might. Yeah, I'm at Mika part 2.
Yes, sir. We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Mr. Greg, hold on. We're gonna do the outro, and we'll be right back.
Tempo.